for years and years and years. Don Charles knew Dereck Chisora had that in him. And tonight, it's all paid off.
Well, we kept talking about the attitude of Dereck Chisora, and if he didn't have that mentality and that belief that he's had all week and all this evening whilst in that ring, he wouldn't have landed that shot.
Carlos Takam up on his feet. Great to see as Dereck Chisora takes his applause, and he has his moment. He said he'd come for war. He said he would not let him or Don Charles down, and it's celebration time.
You gotta see this knockout. Here I am thinking that Dereck Chisora is done. Now we got some things to talk about, but in this case, we're gonna let him live in his moment because that was the best surprise knockout of this year. TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live, and it's really, really good for his career because, in my opinion, that's the biggest win of his career. Takam just fought Anthony Joshua 2 fights ago. Joshua couldn't, stop him like that. The question is, now we're waiting for the post-fight interview and a brief clip of a replay. A brief clip of a replay. Every time you think he's done, he just finds a way to come back in. Will this win over Carlos Takam make you want to see him versus Dillian Whyte win the loss in the next fight if Dillian Whyte wins or loses to Joseph Parker? I say right now he has to pick his next fight very, very carefully. Because is that Barry in the ring with him? I'm going to give you a brief. Pay attention. Oh! Wow. And he was, in my opinion, losing the fight up to that point. In my opinion, he was losing the fight up to that point. Loaded up on him. Because of activity, even from the very first round, I'm thinking, in round 2, I'm thinking, why is he loaded up? Well, look where you should have seen where he pulled that from. I wish I could. At this point in time, it's the knockout of the night, and it's already, by the time you see this video, it's already all over social media. So go check it out. Right now, it's gotta be knockout of the year, right? I'll cover a lot of fights. Maybe I'm just caught in the moment, but is that knockout of the year? And that's crazy. We got to talk about it. I'm waiting for them to stop showing the replay so we can listen to Dereck Chisora and possibly what he wants to do next. And I hope that right now, what is he? He's 34 years old. He'll be 35 at the end of the year. I hope that right now, look at Don Charles. I'm genuinely happy for him. I want to hear what he's going to do next. And, this is also good for Eddie Hearn because now, maybe we can see they can start building him up for a potential Anthony Joshua fight. I know it ain't going to be no time soon. But let's say if Anthony Joshua has a perfect, year, and let's say he goes and he beats Alexander Povek, and then next year he goes on to beat Deontay Wilder and Dillian Whyte. If Dillian Whyte wins against Joseph Parker, Dereck Chisora's out there, and this is definitely going to rise him up the rankings, right? He hasn't had the best of luck over the last, couple of years with the Dillian Whyte fight and the Cabiel fight. For a guy like, Carlos Takam he looked like he really, really sad. Damn. He's looking like he's really, really, sad. But, he was winning, in my opinion, he was winning the fight. Watch it. You can't see it. Damn. And it's like the dynamic of it was the second replay after the ref had separated him. Dereck Chisora went back to the corner, then comes straight out, fires an overhand right. If you ever play UFC 3, the game, that overhand crazy right hand you can throw. Where if it's a fighter that have a lot of power, you can really knock somebody the fuck out. Only if you play the video game, you will understand. Let's listen in.
Well,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Howard Foster has our boxers, and before we declare the result, a referee has asked that you join him and pay tribute to both these heavyweights in the ring. The end comes. 1 minute, 1 second into round number 8. Howard Foster dispenses with the count. The winner by technical count out, and the new WBA International Heavyweight Champion, Dereck Chisora! Ladies and gentlemen, please, your appreciation.
Yeah, Carlos Takam.
A wonderful advert.
This event has been really, really good.
It means to fighters. How deep they dug. Dereck Chisora wins the war.
What WBA trinket belt is that?
Takam as well. What a treat.
WBA been giving out belts like candy tonight. You had Conor Benn win the WBA, the 4th person ever in history to win the WBA Continental belt. What belt is this? Is that Dereck Chisora got? He got a Continental too? No, he's got the WBA International title. All right. So Conor Benn won the WBA Continental, and Dereck Chisora just won a WBA International. Right? Goddamn WBA. So we're waiting to hear the interview. He's with Eddie Hearn. I want to hear what Eddie Hearn has to say that's going to be next for him. Also, I want to see the scorecards before the stoppage. I mean, let's face it. Do you see Dereck Chisora as being a champion again? I mean, it's good that he's still around because he's shown that he can still be exciting and sell. And remember, this is the cult feature. This fight was technically further down, the card, but it had to be moved up because of the various pullouts for this card. So for him to, perform the way he did in the cult feature when the arena is pretty much filled up, getting ready for the main event, he did what he was supposed to do in capturing, like the fans, and also having people think that he's still. Damn, hold on.
Beautiful girls at home, my missus and my beautiful daughter. This was very tough, and Takam is a true tough African boy. Very tough.
He's only been stopped twice, once by AJ, once by Povetkin, both in 10 rounds. You've done it in 8. What sort of message has that sent out?
Hey, listen, the guy was tough. I realized I could not trade with him toe to toe.
I mean, he's never been stopped by that, like that.
Over right hand was going to catch him, but I could not chuck it in the early rounds because I knew I'd be left open. So on that round, something in my mind that said, you know what, it's time you send it home.
You hurt him, he hurt you. How badly hurt were you in the fight?
Nah, he didn't hurt me. Now you're lying. He didn't hurt me, man. I'm English. Nobody can hurt us.
Career, you've been portrayed as the bad guy. I just wonder, the emotion, you mentioned the emotion earlier, the emotion hearing this crowd chant your name with everybody cheering you on.
Oh yeah, man, listen, I am bad. There's no two ways about it. But, when I step in this arena, I want to fight for the fans. I say it warm on my cap, and I bet you any money I win the fight of the year with this fight. There's no doubt about it.
Maybe.
It's very tough.
Who do you want to fight next?
Hey, listen, it's up to these fans who they want to see me fight. I'll say names, but I know really and truly they come out and say, you know what, let's go the other way around. They don't want to fight me. I'm 34, but I feel 21 right now.
Do you think, though, that win catapults you back into world title contention?
Yes, hand on my heart, I'm a born again. I believe in God. I do everything I do right now for God. So the next opponent I take down will be for God. So whoever wants it can have it. And really, truly, I'll tell Eddie, sort something out. But Eddie, he's just gonna duck and dive as well. So I don't know. we'll see what happens.
Is the motivation, though, for big fights still there? The hunger still burns?
Hey, listen, man. Look at the O2, man. You know, I don't fight for me. I fight for the fans. That's it. I fight for these guys here. You know, when they sing my name, I walk in here. I'm about it. You know, it's when I put this thing on, I'm a different man. You know, so I still want to fight. If there's anybody out there who wants it, you know what, you can have it.
Would you be interested in the winner of the main event?
Oh yeah, man.
Or the loser?
Definitely up for it. You know, if Joseph Parker wins it, I'm ready. I got my passport. We do it in New Zealand if he wants it, or we do it here. You know, if Dylan wins it, I know for a fact he's gonna have to sign the contract. But I know, knowing him, he'll be like, no, I got world title fight. But good luck to both of them. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Hearn, he says you're going to duck and dive. Which way are you going to duck?
I just want to let everyone know, first of all, 2 weeks ago, and I know he doesn't want to tell anyone, but 2 weeks ago, he picked up a shoulder injury. And I asked him, what are you going to do? And his exact words to me is, I'm not going to let
I lied. I didn't have no shoulder injury. I wanted more money. So I had to squeeze him for more money.
Oh, I knew it.
Yeah,
You're right. You shouldn't have told anyone. You're right.
I told him, listen, I don't think I'm going to fight. I'm not going to make it. He goes, all right, then tell me how more money do you want? I was like, you know what? Let's make it that number. He goes, all right, there you go. I was like, you know what? I feel better now.
The best thing is I would have given you double. All I want to say is that we sit down. You cannot imagine what those two
That was weird.
are doing tonight. I just want to say well done, Dereck Chisora and Carlos Takam, because those two are absolute warriors.
Do I get a new watch?
Yeah, you lost the last one.
Do I get a new watch?
You lost the last one.
Yes or no?
You can buy me one now.
Yeah, he don't want to spend that money on that watch.
Yeah. Sum it up.
Listen, let's go out there, have a great summer. Ibiza, here I come.
I bet he would have bought AJ a watch. Okay, let's be real. I'm sorry that lasted long, man. You know, also, what's going on with the O2 and people music skipping? What was up with that, you know? So, you know, also, you know, that block, this thing right here has to stay up here, you know, because I'm watching the event live. So for me to cover it live, it's only a certain, you know, amount of content, you know, we're allowed to show legally here in the United States, you know, to report, you know, like, you know, on what's going on and everything. So people be like, man, just show it and all that. Nah, don't work like that over here, man. That's called copyright. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get in trouble. And the way they giving out copyright, they giving out like candy. Just like they're giving out WBA titles. I wonder what that WBA, what's that? That's the international title leads to. But Dereck Chisora is ranked. You know, he is ranked by the WBC at the very number 15. At best, he could probably get to number 10, you know. Now that he's got the WBA international title, he's going to be ranked, you know, here. He's not ranked by the IBF. The WBO might even throw him in there. You know, where's Carlos Takam? He's not ranked either. So this was a fight basically to see where both of these fighters are going to go, because if Dereck Chisora would have lost, he would have been like a journeyman, you know. He would have been like bumped down even further to being like build-up fights for guys like you said, Joe Joyce. Wasn't there some talk about that fight? You know, and people were saying, even his friend Tony Bellew was like, listen, I'd rather see him basically, you know, like retire if he lose than to go down to that level, paraphrasing. But, you know, good win for him. Shout out to Dereck Chisora. You know, here I am thinking that he was done, even though skill-wise he was looking done. But let's not, you know, take away, you know, from the fact that he knocked Carlos Takam the fuck out. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.